there's anyone at home who is unsure of the popularity of Game of Thrones, this is your wake-up call. This is not a line of people for a meet and greet or anything like that. This is the crowd of people that have gathered because the actors are on the second floor over there. Equal crowds on both sides. It's insane. But hey, it's a great show and they're great actors. I'm all about the pain and I won't be back again. I'm taking a trip on a government ship and So we are back here now at San Diego Comic-Con, and we've met back up with David, who we spoke with at WonderCon. We didn't get to see him then in his cosplay, but we are lucky enough to get to see his beautiful cosplay here today.
I usually have a jumpsuit, but I decided to change it up and be kind of like a waisty, I've changed my apparel type by now. I've left the vault and changed my apparel, yet I am still wearing a Vault Dweller belt.
Counts. So you had a cosplay very similar to this at WonderCon. You've cosplayed in many other conventions. So what makes cosplay at San Diego Comic-Con unique?
Well, there's several different things. Number one, it's Comic-Con. It's not any other convention. It's the biggest comic book and or superhero related and or cartoon really, well, anime I suppose is different, but cartoon related, comic related convention in the world. So you've got much more attendees, much more scrutiny on costumes, much more people of noteworthiness attending that are going to scrutinize costumes, but I mean, it's like the overall feel. It's kind of like, if you look at, this is a really good way of looking at it actually. Comic-Con is Maserati. WonderCon is like Lexus.
Yeah.
Or maybe Toyota, high-end Toyota, like a Toyota Spider convertible.
Yeah. But over here, you're
top of the line. This is a Maserati Quadriforte right here. This is,
oh yeah,
your Ferrari Modena. It's higher class, and I don't mean that in a bougie sort of way by any means. I just mean it's the highest, most honored. Oh my God, I got into Comic-Con because 140,000 tickets sold out in 26 minutes.
Every year.
So it's like coveted. Coveted is the best word I can use to describe what makes being able to even attend Comic-Con, let alone come here and be in a costume that, like me, not boasting by any means, because I love some of the costumes I've seen this year, but I can't get 10 feet without being stopped, obviously.
That's awesome.
And then you stop and 25 people want to stop you for 25 minutes and you can't get moving around the con. You never get to see all of the stuff that you get to see. And I've embraced that. You either come in not in costume and you're a nobody and you see everything you want to, or you come in costume and it's a good costume because there's no such thing as in between for me, and you get stopped all day.
Yeah.
So
you gotta know that's gonna happen. Which
absolutely.
Which props to the crowd here at Comic-Con, because they're very respectful of your cosplay as well as all the cosplays, and it's been very well received.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, I've had a couple of people say, what is that? I've had a couple of people mistake me for Mad Max with Mad Max's dog, and I'm like, well, I mean, it's kind of paying homage to Mad Max a little bit, technically, but
you're not that far off.
Can't really say that the makers of Fallout weren't at least kind of inspired by the post-apocalyptic world of Mad Max, but really the two have absolutely nothing to do with each other. As a matter of fact, I go to Wasteland Weekend every year. The original Wasteland Weekenders, who are all Mad Maxers, actually they allow it to happen, but they actually frown when people dress up as Fallout and Borderlands and anything other than Mad Max. Somebody actually wanted to go as a Turbo Kid this year, and they said no, they wouldn't allow it. So I mean, they are kind of actually strict about what the theme, and I mean, I get it, but at the same time, on the other side of the token, that does kind of stink, because it's cosplay, bro. It's like, this is all about having fun and, being, and I mean, sure, you wouldn't show up as Zorg from Fifth Element to Wasteland Weekend or, Captain Hook, but I mean, as long as it's like post-apocalyptic, I don't think it should really matter. So, but here, you have your variety of every different kind of cosplay, known to man. Although I will say this year, I haven't seen so many large, like big cosplays, and maybe that was just because we were full of Marvel movies last year and like Hulkbuster costumes, and I've only really seen like a couple of very large, stilty, big costumes walking around. Nonetheless, the costumes are absolutely fantastic this year. I've seen some really awesome stuff.
And looking at yours specifically, you've got a lot of different components here, from everything hanging off your belt. You've got 2 different weapons here, 3 different weapons here. So, like, how long does this take for you to put on in the morning? How insane of a setup is this? Well, make it 4 guns.
Oh, they zip tied this one in, but wait.
Oh no, there we go. We got him.
And then, of course, don't forget my M4.
Nice.
But yeah,
How much work is it?
don't forget, I had the minigun yesterday, so it was really, really. I even had a shotgun that I could strap to my leg, but I just decided that was just going to be way too much. So, but
how much work is it to put all this on?
I've gotten it down to about 15 or 20 minutes, including the contact lens and the dog. But yeah, it's about, I'd say it's about 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. This morning, it took me about 15 minutes with the contact.
Awesome.
I've gotten really good at just plop and put the contact right in the eye and, whoop. So the scleral ones are still a little bit more of a challenge, although I have learned how to, because I did a District 9 costume. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Oh yeah.
Flash image of District 9 costume now. Nailed
it.
But I had an arms on, so I only had one arm free. Lay down, bud. I only had one arm free. Lay down. So I had to learn how to put a scleral contact that was like 22 millimeters on my index finger, and then open my eye with 2 fingers.
Opposite hand.
With my opposite hand, and put it in the left side. It was just like, and I got it. I learned how to do it like it was just like, boom, every time. But I haven't done that cosplay in a while, so I'd probably be pretty rusty at doing that. But yeah, I'm able to get this. This is actually a really small contact. If you get up close and you look, you can see it almost barely covers my iris. There's just like that tiny little line around, the edge. I've had bigger ones that are slightly larger that cover the whole iris, but this is what you get when you buy contacts from England, that are FDA approved.
Yeah.
So, but hey, it works, and like I said, it's just, I guess I cheated a little this morning, because like yesterday or Friday I had everything packed up in the bag. Yesterday everything was like already strewn about the car, so I could just literally like throw everything on. So this morning took a little bit less time, but yeah, 20 minutes. Used to take about an hour when I first started doing this, but like I know I've run through it so many times that this is obviously my main cosplay at this point.
Which is really interesting as well, because the one thing that I've noticed in a lot of cosplayers is you have some people who will make the one costume that they have some variation on, where you've got this and you also have the jumpsuit sometimes as well. But then there's also another sort of cosplay subculture of people who are every con has to be something new, has to be something different.
I build onto this costume, and every time that I come to a con, it has something new on it. It could be a bottle cap or a new gun, but there's something new every time.
It's always changing, which fits perfectly right into the Fallout universe, always adapting and making changes.
I changed my apparels.
And then speaking of Fallout, you're obviously a Fallout fan and a gamer yourself, so what have you been playing lately?
I have been playing Just Cause lately obsessively.
Nice.
Just Cause 3, it's, my GTA 5 now.
Awesome.
It's become blowing up bridges with a wingsuit, and lay down, bud. Blowing up bridges with a wingsuit and exploding bridges with C4 explosives, and then watching the cars fly off. I'm sorry, thank God it's just a video game, and I'm not doing it in real life, but it's incredibly entertaining.
Yeah.
So
it's the people who wrote the physics in there have done a great job.
Yes,
and it's a high five to them.
The physics definitely gets a high five in that game, no doubt.
Sweet. All right. Well, hey, thank you very much, man, for saying hi, for hanging out. You and Bones, enjoy the rest of your day.
We do.
And we will see you next time, sir.
Absolutely.
Well, Well, thank you guys all so much for joining me on my adventures this year at Comic-Con. We will, of course, be back next year, but before that, you guys can look forward to PAX in Seattle coming up in about a month. We're going to be at WonderCon the beginning of next year before Comic-Con as well again, and hopefully E3 if we can swing it. So thank you guys all very much, and if you're wondering what my thoughts are on Comic-Con being over, I'm going to go ahead and let my friend's Kat here show you what that feels like.